Mic test.
Whoa. That was a little closer than I expected it to be.
Okay. Camera is perhaps... Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Members only live stream. Oh, well, not feeling enough to doing a members only live stream yet. Hello, Mellow Milo. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Prince Eugen, 1705. Hey. Yeah, hello, surprise. Felt like being productive. Ah! Oh my goodness, did you guys see that? I mean, okay, first of all, hello, hand cam. You can see my glorious keyboard. Second, I went to open up my writing, my documents, and light mode. Ah! That was a crazy surprise. But yeah, hello everyone. I hope you're all having a fine day this June. And if not, that's okay. There's plenty of other days. But yeah, it's good to see you all again. Okay, we're gonna get flashbang for a second. Ah! Okay. I had to download an extension to allow a dark mode for this, but it specifically only works when I actually have... oh. I think I see a problem. So I was... Sorry about the chat, everyone. The chat is definitely, like, not working properly. But here's the thing. I was trying to troubleshoot it the entire time before this stream, and it was not cooperating. Like, the editor thing, every time you, like... So, you know, imagine it's like, you know, it's like this square, and you want to, like, extend it. Every time I try moving it, like, this way, then it goes shrink. So then I try dragging it out here, and it would go shrink. So I try moving it out here, and it goes shrink. And you just could not get a consistent square. And, oh my goodness, it was so frustrating. So, apologies if the chat is being obscured by the camera. I did my best to properly line it up, but it is being very naughty. Oops, I tried typing in jealous spelled with a Y. Anyway, jealousy is not spelled with a Y. Or, hush, don't fact check that. It's not what I meant. Okay, I love that keyboard. Yeah, you guys want to see something cool? So it has a couple of different settings. Like, you've got this little pulsing setting right here where it kind of flashes in and out. You've got just static, like this. And you've got another static, but with multiple different zones. And they're all customizable too. Like, I can change these colors to, like, all sorts of different things. And there's a weird, like, alternating mode, like this. But the colors, I don't know, they don't seem to have any rhyme or reason to them. This one is painful to look at. This one kind of alternates like this. And yeah, just all sorts of cool stuff. I got it from my local electronics store. It was really cool, because my previous keyboard stopped working. But yes, sorry, hello everyone. A lot of people have been tuning in and I forgot to say hello. Hello, I managed to get in a stream, first one. I'll be here listening while working on world building for my book. Perfect! As everyone might have seen the title, this is... I don't know which way... This is a work stream. we are here to get some work done. For me personally, I have some stuff I need to draw, but I also have some things I need to write. A little overwhelmed, so I'm just thinking maybe having some of you here to peer pressure me, and me in turn to peer pressure you. We'll all peer pressure each other. We'll do some great jobs. But yes, I joined the stream and Coffee throwing up gang signs. No, I was doing like a representation of like the chat box. That's all, I swear. But yeah, pretty lights. Good morning, afternoon, good night, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I have one like yours at home. The light kind of pulsates with each push. Oh yeah, pulsates with each push? Well, I didn't have work, then I could keep watching. It's okay. If you can watch, great. If you can't, no problem. But yeah. I also kind of like body doubling to be productive. That would be nice. What was that hand posture to type pure gremlin mode? What, you mean this? Oh. I don't actually type like this, I was just tapping the keyboard. Though I've never thought about my hand posture when I type. Depends on how I have my camera rested. We will annoying, you know. You will annoying? Very well, I will annoying. But yeah. So, right now, I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to landscape mode. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to finish the audio this week because sure, no problem. Good night, Vormik. Thank you for tuning in to say hi. So the plan was to get one audio out a week, and the reason I'm streaming is I still want to get something out this week aside from also working. But at the start of the month, I did that little poll. There were 4 audios I wanted to do, and everyone voted in which order they wanted. So the third one now is the best friend or friend gets jealous. The friend gets jealous audio, and I have a couple of ideas for that one, but I haven't started writing it yet because I don't know how many of you are familiar with Mafi Mug Projects, but that's my alternate channel. And for our visual novel, we just finished up the casting call for that, and now I've been sorting through auditions for our visual novel, and that's taken up quite a bit of time. It's been really exciting, but it's been a lot as well. And I thought I'd have time this week to, work on this audio, but then my dad pulled a surprise visit on me. Apparently he's coming to visit tomorrow, and he's going to be staying for a couple of days, so I'm just not going to have time to write or upload. So it's probably not going to be till next week. So that's why we're doing this. Is the work related to the game or the ASMR channel? Sad I couldn't participate in the VA auditions. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just the demo. We're going to be doing another audition for the full game. Hello for Boris, welcome to the stream. Greetings and fine day to you all from the UK. Thank you, UK. But this work here is related to a warm coffee mug. I still have to do the thumbnail as well. Anyway, what I'm mixed on right now is what motif we're going with, so maybe all of you can help me. Or even just thinking out loud. I don't know if any of you have tried it, but it was a tactic I learned in college where sometimes just talking out loud to people, even if you don't actually want them to answer, helps. Because the concept of the audio is, of course, a confession audio from your friend who gets jealous. And I don't know if I want to do, like, childhood friend, or best friend, or just regular friend. I don't know if I want to take, like, a tsundere angle. I think that'd be kind of neat. Not like a mean tsundere, that's a little overdone. I mean, worst comes to worst, just start typing, you can just correct it later. Oh, and that's the other thing, I've been working on some literature for the Patreon. That's like all the written stuff. But yeah, it's okay if you can't upload. Life happens. We don't mind waiting. All that matters, you aren't stressing out over everything and anything. Thank you. Really appreciate that, Angel Berkeley. Sorry, Barkley. Yeah, it's more about the promise I made at the start of the year where I wanted to get something out every single week, because I wasn't satisfied last year. Didn't feel like I was uploading enough. And this is kind of a full-time job for me now, so I don't like slacking on it. You know, it's like purposely taking days off of work. It doesn't feel right. But I'll admit, pacing is not my strong suit. Then again, I'm sure a lot of us are guilty of that. I'd love to have audition, but I have no recording hardware at all. I'm currently full with work. That's okay. I like listening to your voice. It's nice and calming. Thank you. I'm here to speak. I hope. Coffee at work. Hello, Chooser of Ways. Thank you for your audition, Chooser of Ways. I'm recognizing a few other names. Been going through all of them. I'm not gonna talk about anyone's auditions, by the way. But really appreciate everyone that sent one in. I want to thank you for submission to my casting call. So you also applied to your open casting call too. Of course, yeah. It was really cool to get to audition for your project. I'm ready and willing to hear the progress on that or whatever happens next. And good luck with it, of course. Whether or not I'm a part of it, good luck with it. Okay. You know what I think would be a good way to start this audio? Because what I was thinking when I was conceiving this audio was that the speaker and the listener, probably roommates. I think that's a good setup because I wanted the speaker to come home after a date. Or maybe it would be better to have it start with the listener leaving for one. You kind of get that classic, like, oh, you're going on a date. No, I don't care. It's just, have fun, I guess. And then, you come home later, and listener's like, so how'd it go? I mean, you know, not like I care or anything, Baka. And yes, of course, there it is. And they were roommates. My god, they were roommates. You make a Lucas Stone. Sorry, I've been slow to move forward. There's been some direction to the other auditions. Totally understand. Totally understand. The auditions, the casting call that we did last week, that was not the first one. Originally, because I graduated from acting college. Oh my god, I'm supposed to be doing work right now. Okay, I'm going to finish the story, then I'm going to get started. I graduated from acting college, and a bunch of the people I met there said they wanted to be a part of the novel, and one of them out of like 20 people actually bothered to audition. If at all possible, I humbly recommend when you do projects like this, try not to work with your friends. It sounds counterintuitive, I know. One thing I have learned is if you have people that you really trust and can count on to deliver, no problem. But I've had a lot of problems with having friends who say they'll help and then they don't. And that's really troubling, you know? It doesn't feel good, because for me, that feels like a betrayal, and that's, you know, that's a little overdramatic. I'm a theater kid, but that's a little overdramatic. But you don't want that kind of drama in your friendship, so it's good to keep your work life and your personal life separated, unless you find people who you really do trust, like Eka Bernie, for example, who did the teacher in Paired with Your Shy Crush. She's been great to work with. We met during acting college, but everyone else has kind of dropped the ball, which it's really disappointing. They could be 5 feet apart in the hot tub for a confession. Hello. To everyone here, and you as well, Coffee. Hope everyone's having a terrific day. Thank you, VV Vince. If I may ask, you don't have to say anything, of course. I hope you didn't Go double auditions for me, site bugged. Right, yeah, so I looked through all the lists because I've gotten a couple of people saying that they might have doubled auditions. I have not seen a single doubled up audition, so I don't think there were any doubles. And hey, it's like... Look, at the end of the day, like... When I go through the auditions, if I just happen to see 2 names, trust me, it's literally a case of, oh, there's 2 names. Okay, I'll just listen to one. And that's it. Like, I'm not sitting there going like, this freaking nerd sent 2. No, it's just literally up, oh, okay. And that's it. So yeah, no problem. I'm annoyed I can't find any inspo. I feel you there, storyteller cosplay. I think every writer and artist under the sun can feel you there. Yeah, they're great for support, but not commitment. Yeah. Okay, let's get started. So, I think a good way to open is a classic door opens. Oh yeah, who asked me about, Oh, sorry, Gilded Rose. I'm glad the audio's held. Yeah, no, like, try whenever you're ready. Like, this kind of field is very competitive, unfortunately. There are some wonderful people, but it's also very competitive. But, like, there's no rush to get anything done. And, at least speaking from experience, you can find your own footing at your own pace, you know, whenever you're ready to. I don't know if I ever mentioned that the very first audio I ever did, I sat in front of my microphone for an hour and a half. I was so nervous to start recording. So, find your own pace. It's for a book I'm currently writing. Oh yeah? You want to share anything about it? Like, genre, setting? Is that the same thing? No. Genre, setting, style? Anything you're comfortable with, obviously. I love hearing about writers and stuff. Okay, so the door opens. I'd say speakers probably in their living room. Somebody asked me about drafts. Oh, right. What kind of structure do you use when doing the drafts? Because struggling with pacing, I'm personally starting by the end. Yeah, it depends. Not gonna lie, for these audios, I just have, like, a theme, certain lines I want to say in my head, and I just try to connect them all together. It's like a dot here, dot here, dot here, and I just improvise the lines in between. See, the problem... Oh yeah, let me know if the music's too loud, everyone. It's a little too loud in my ears, but if it's fine for you guys, then I won't alter it. I'm thinking of things like, I like having moments where, like in this case, the listener is sitting on a couch playing like a video game or something, but I don't like adding gaming noises in the background. And I remember one time for the Misfits series, I had like just disjointed sounds in the background to simulate watching a movie, but someone thought that was a mistake. And I was like, yeah, it does kind of sound accidental. That probably ruined the audio for them. So, been working on completing my D&D source book. Oh, cool. Content storage to make it tangible for other people. Yeah, same. Pocket Realms has been... Writing for tabletop games, it's like its own language, you know? You have to be so specific with keywords and stuff. Because you know everyone's going to pour over the words and try to find an exploit. Like, if you say something as simple as, like, I don't know, like, you set your sword on fire, someone might be like, well, it doesn't say for how long, so it's infinite. Also, it specifically says a sword. So if I'm using, like, an axe, I just can't do anything. It's based on a Disney show and movie, but my taking characters... Oh, cool! That's really interesting. It's cool seeing, like, artist renditions. Okay, if the listener wants to point out how the speaker looks, I think that... So you walk in, and listener kind of remarks like, oh, what's the occasion? Like, you're all glamored up. This is probably something that would end up being gender specific. I don't know. Like, I could probably just get away with saying something like, you've done your hair. Yeah, I don't... No, but then it's like, you know, guys and girls get ready in different ways. Like, for a female listener, you could say, like, you've done your makeup. For a male listener, you could say, like, I don't know, you've shaved, you put on cologne. Yeah, I'll go with that. You're even wearing makeup. Slash, you've even shaved. No. Just wrote a paragraph I didn't like. We're gonna redo that. It's called The Moon Ritual Princess. Ooh, that sounds cool. Oh, trust me, I've accidentally had to create a tired or tiered government system. Yeah, no, whenever I, like, for Pocket Realms, whenever I'm, like, trying to write, like, government systems for certain areas, I'm like, they have a king. Done. My friend Bloodstriker is really good about, like, writing political systems, which I've never been good at because I'm just not a political person. So I remember when he was, like, playtesting it for me, he was like, so, like, how does the hierarchy work? Is it like a monarchy? Does that mean there's, like, barons and then lords underneath of them? What do they, like, rule? What are their, like, jurisdictions? I'm like, what does any of that mean? You just reminded me of a time someone cheated a shard of permafrost. They turned a magical dagger because they forgot to see the ice breath melt in a Zopi weapon, new landscape. Oh my god. Yeah. I hope you like Dukes. Okay. Thank you for tuning in, Nick. Never mind. I thought you said there goes my sleepiness. Never mind. I thought you said that you were getting sleepy. Grammarly hates when I write audios. You met someone online? No, actually. It's supposed to be, did you meet someone online? Whenever I try to add natural dialogue, like, wait, what? It goes like, you only need one way. Remove the redundancy. It likes Anvil Academy, though. Work on it since 10th grade and out of high school now, and 3 pages in. Nice, that's a good start. Did you work on it in high school, like in class? Or just like since that time frame? I'm also thinking, because with it starting off with the listener heading out, maybe it'd be better to actually start off with like the listener and speaker doing something to kind of establish the relationship. Yeah, that might be better. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah. Did I mention I got a haircut today? I went out and got a haircut, and my hair was all like heavy and floofy for the past month, but now it feels super light. It feels nice to actually not have like a massive weight on my head again. I don't think I ever planned to do a face reveal, but if I ever did, I'd probably do it with my longer hair. I like having shorter hair, but my avatar is always... There we go. It's always displayed with my longer, shaggier hair. With my shorter hair, I look like I'm straight out of the military, which is definitely not appropriate for me. That's Oh yeah, sometimes this happens. While I'm writing, I come up with a line I want to say later. So I write it at the bottom of the page, and I'm like, we'll come back to this when the time is right. We're going to try to connect what we're currently writing to this. I'm gonna be honest, I thought the thing by Runner was a crowbar for a second. Wait, this? This is my monitor. I have two. I have one right here, and I have one right here. Half-Life cosplay. Yeah, no, it's my first monitor. This one right here. This one right there. Oh man. Might have to go Scorched Earth. It's very rare, but sometimes when I write these, I get like 2 pages in and I'm like, this isn't working, and just delete it all. Start again. So it sounds like we got some writers in the chat. Anyone else? Do we have workers? I think one of you mentioned that you were doing your job. Any artists? Just curious what all of you were up to. Right here. Or your work too. Nice. Right, sometimes I haven't got a chance to in a while. Aw. I hope you're able to. My beard is itchy. I trimmed it 2 days ago and it's already coming back. I try to be clean shaven, but it comes back with a vengeance. Oh, did we lose our music or is it just really quiet? Oh, it's just really quiet. Realize I keep doing this. I keep leaning to the side because I'm like subconsciously trying not to tilt too far into the camera, but I can just do this. Currently at work, working at work, also working in a small store in my spare time for bigger with inspiration to dry up. Nice. In the words of Little Big Planet, nurture it. Or you know, sometimes you work on something, you realize maybe it's not working as much as you expected, push it aside, work on something else you're more passionate about. There was a name I wanted to switch up with the Queen's old name, but I forgot which one the new one was. Oh no! I don't know if I can reach it. My friend Archie gave me a big book of fantasy names one time, so whenever I need to come up with a name, just reach over and grab it, and just flip one over. That's how the character Lista got her name in Anvil Academy. Gonna use this as white noise. I make lasagna. Nice. Lasagna sounds good. Actually, speaking of lasagna, one thing I've always wanted to do is do a cooking stream. I don't think I could though because my whole setup is down here. I'd have to let my roommates know so that they don't wander into the frame. Like if I ever got sponsored by HelloFresh, I'd gladly do a cooking stream. I really like HelloFresh. They're a little pricey, but they constantly do deals. I've tried their food on multiple occasions. They're really good. I'd happily like make one of their recipes for a stream. But I don't know how I'd set it up. If I had a laptop I could, but my old laptop exploded. I mainly do office work, so besides going and writing, that's good. It's good that you're still holding on to that. Fixed it. Nice job. I don't remember which audio it was. Ever since getting oh, my audio got unbalanced. Oops. Sorry, everyone. I didn't notice. How's that? Um, yeah, ever since going into acting college, my writing style kind of changed, and I tried doing more like natural sounding dialogue, rather than like anime overacting, which is what I used to do. They're like, no, of course, that's great, or to just, no, of course, that's great, something like that. But sometimes I don't remember which audio it was, but I just wrote a line like this. I don't know how I want to do it. So, like imagine in this case, the speaker's talking about the listener, but they don't want to make it obvious. So they say like, I found out recently that my crush, obviously you, likes somebody else. I don't remember which audio it was, but I remember one time, I think I did it with like natural sounding dialogue, and it flew over someone's head, and they were really confused. It was just like, I found out that my crush likes someone else, and they were like, "What? I thought we were their crush." And I was like, "You are? Oh no!" So I don't know if I should deliver the line a little more obviously, because then it feels insulting to you guys. Like, yeah, I have to spell it out for them. Like, no, you are all very smart coffee mugs, but at the same time, if you end up sounding too natural, it can legitimately sound like they're talking about somebody else, and just, I don't know. Anyway, what did you miss? Nothing really. We're just working on the friend gets jealous audio. Tip-tapping away. Are you drawing previews by yourself? What do you mean by drawing previews? Did something just fly over my head? That'd be funny. Hello, Killer Jeff. Welcome to the stream. Killer FF. I don't know why I saw a J there. AJ Killer FF. Welcome to the stream. We're just tip-tapping away. We're a little bit of a writer block right now, but it's cool. You got inspired. Good. This is my first live. I love your audios. Oh, thank you. Do I pronounce your username Nueva? Thank you. I'm glad you like them. But if for this audio you're working with a student of a personality, obvious part could sound natural. Duh, you dummy. Should be extra funny, those are supposed to be a bit dense. That would be funny. I've literally spelled it out for you on multiple occasions. What the heck? Grammarly wants to correct you on the second thought. No, Grammarly, I shall reject this. I'm gonna write with my own tuition. With my own tuition. With my own intuition this time around. You know what else was a really nice tactic that we learned? So we learned it in acting school, but it was about writing our own plays. And I don't know. See, that's the thing about learning about writing tactics. As cool as they are, especially for writing your own story, it does kind of suck knowing how certain writing tactics work, because then when you're reading a story or experiencing one, you can kind of spot them, and you're not experiencing the story as it's supposed to be. You're more so looking at it as a facet of just techniques and stuff. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to kill the magic. Hello, Goro-san. Welcome to the stream. Chill stream after a little busy day. Yeah, of course. We're just here to get some work done, but mainly just here to peer pressure each other into doing them. Ooh, separate them into brains. That's a good idea. There's your your writer ass that enjoys the system of writing, and there's the listener, the consumer who gets to enjoy it the way it was intended. It's a good idea. Low key waiting for Deltarune. Oh, playing Deltarune prep for chapter 5 when I found this. Might work my animatic build up. Ooh, an animatic. That's cool. Build up the Grumption. That's cool. Kinda need this. I put off cooking all day. Feel you there. Yeah, get that lasagna. Make it nice and cheesy. Oh, I'm hungry. Been debating on if I want to order takeout tonight. I don't have a lot of food left. But my father's probably going to take me grocery shopping tomorrow when he comes to visit. My first animatic, so messy. I'm hardly one to judge. All 0 of my animatics can't possibly compare. It's your creation. Get it out there. I kind of like calm driving audios. That's kind of what this has lapsed into. I don't do a lot of audios in cars. Those are always interesting. You want to find just very calm, driving sounds. Bonus points if there's like rain. Oh, that's a good idea. It should be raining. But, yeah, because you don't want to be like, let's listen to some calm driving ASMR. Being hyper-aware of writing styles almost ruined the divine comedy and essence of huge fan fiction. Because it is just a huge fanfiction self-insert if you disregard Dante's verse writing genius. I don't know that. But I can imagine. My mother made pork ribs tonight. They were delicious. Pork ribs. Oh. You know what I'd like? As cliche of a choice as it is, I would love some spaghetti and meatballs right now. Like some big balls of meat. Nah, seriously though, with like sauce, some Parmesan cheese. That'd be great. Or fettuccine. I like fettuccine. That's my favorite pasta. My reading audios are Thunder in a Cabin or Lakeside Fire Pit. Those both sound really relaxing. I don't like mint. I assume you meat. Yeah, no problem. I like meat, but you're completely allowed to not like meat. I know plenty of people who don't. I assume the pork ribs, you had some kind of alternative to the pork then, or something like that. I'm gonna roll my shoulders, everyone. Sorry, this is gonna sound very unpleasant for all of you. I plan, as soon as I pay off my student loan, to get a massage. I do like me. I can't type in this device. Don't like meatballs. Okay. Good save. I'm weird. Rain relaxes me, but I just sit or lie there listening, unable to sleep. Never heard of that one. Guys, I need to finish Deltarune prep tonight, but I also need to work on my source book. The conundrum. That sounded incredibly satisfying. Really? Oh, I know what you meant. Sorry, I thought you meant it sounded relaxing to listen to. I was like, everyone I've ever done that around has always told me it sounded, like, really uncomfortable to listen to. Yeah, no. Whenever I roll my shoulders too much, they pop. They've done that ever since I was in high school. What you want to do is spaghetti bolo, but use stewing steak instead of ground beef. Can confirm. That does sound good. Making me hungry now to cook homemade Italian for Mug. Homemade Italian. Oh, please. Are you Italian? Or do you just know Italian recipes? Because either way, there is no one I would trust more with my pasta. Oh my god. I don't remember who it was. Oh, I wish I could remember her name. We had an Italian transfer student one time, and she was so frickin' funny back in high school. Because, like, some people were, like, shit-talking her, like, low-key being racist. And, like, they were bullying her, and basically, I just remember the punchline of they said something, like, because all Italians freaking care about, except they dropped F-bombs, with spaghetti or any kind of pasta. And she just looked at him and went, "You're goddamn right we do." It was so... And they didn't have a clapback. It was so funny. But yeah, she was so sassy. I don't remember her name. I remember she recognized me at prom. I couldn't remember her name, and she was drunk. And she was like, "Coffee, I remember you. How are you doing?" And I was like, I'm good. I'm having a great time. She was like, "That's good. You keep having a great time." And then she just wandered off. That was the last time I saw her. But man, I wanted to shake her hand. That's freaking great. Like, anyone comes up to you and they insult you, like, "All you do is this." You goddamn right I do. Respect. Hello, glad to catch your stream. Hi, horror movie fan. Welcome to the work stream. Sorry, I keep trying to work and I keep putting it off to tell Coffee Mug's stories. I'm a dancer. My shoulders do the same thing as my hips, knees, and ankles and my other joints. It's great. Oh, you're a dancer. Cool. Dude, I'm weird. Popping is relaxing. I just want a good... How do you say that? Gnucci? 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 Not Italian, but raised to cook Italian for years. Sounds like a lovely person to meet. Yeah. I can't remember her name. She's probably not in Canada anymore, but she was cool. Yeah, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but every transfer student I've ever had in my class has always been really funny. It's really cool because you, like, meet people from different cultures, and, like, you get to hear about, like, even something I've always really enjoyed was, like, no key. Thank you. Because, like, I put it in some of my audios before, but I really like just even hearing about just, like, basic boring stuff. Like, seriously, it's simple things like how buildings look, or, like, what food they order in restaurants, what kind of coffee is, like, popular there. You know, whenever I write an audio where the listener's, like, flabbergasted by basic stuff like buildings, you know, I always get a ton of comments like, "I live in the UK and our buildings are boring," or "I live in China and our buildings are boring." And I'm like, shush! I think they're cool. Let me appreciate a culture that I haven't lived my whole life in. Because, you know, I'm a proud Canadian and I love my country, but I haven't left Canada. I've left like twice in my entire life, but I've never left North America. So getting to see like other cultures, or at least hearing about them, is genuinely so cool to me. And I really feel like there's a lot you can learn from, you know, there's a lot they can learn from us. There's a lot I can learn from them. And as cliche as it is to say, like, you know, if between different cultures we could like properly intermingle, I bet there's so much we could learn from each other. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Point being, one small thing we actually learned in acting school was little things, even like humor, are different. Because I remember we had two transfer students. One from oh god, I always get it confused. Um, I need to look it up because I always feel bad for doing this. There are some countries I can't fully remember if they're a country or a city. Yeah, okay, just had to make sure. Okay. One was from Brazil and one was from Ukraine. And they both realized they really struggled in comedy class because comedy is different culturally. Like, they would say lines in specific deliveries or at different beats or with different intervals. And at first, our professors were like, no, like, none of this is working. But then at one point, they sat down, they were like, okay, so I think I figured out the problem. Um, Culturally, I think Canadian humor is just different from Brazilian humor and Ukrainian humor. And we were all like, oh my god, that makes sense. There's just different deliveries. But that was really interesting because it's like, so what would you guys consider funny? Because here's what we consider funny, but what about you guys? And it was really interesting because that was something I never considered, that simple things like timing between jokes can be different culturally. Oh my god, I'm supposed to be writing. Yeah, your experiences are always someone else's routine. Yes, exactly. Send coffee mug Italian food recipes. Coffee, I don't care if you take suggestions, but seen very small amount of them related to dancer characters, athlete dancer. That's a good idea. Manchester Museum is not that. Could be a British stand-in for you. Ukrainian is here. Dancer, yeah. So when it comes to audio suggestions, like I can add them to the list, but there's a really long queue, and I usually just make whatever I'm in the mood for that week. But I do like the sound of Dancer. That's kind of interesting. And yeah, I imagine I haven't looked up Dancer ASMR, but I can surmise very little of it as M for M. And the few that like I have seen is like Dancer as in at a club, if you catch my drift. So that's different. I'll take that under advisement. Oh, you ever look back on some things you write and you're like, oh, am I dumb? Wait a minute, because one of the lines I might say, "Are you drunk?" But I hit the wrong key, and it was like, "Wait, are you drink?" It's like asking, "Do you drink?" Hey, are you drink? Planning on writing a script like that for my own channel, but I think my ego would have to inflate a lot for me to listen to it myself. Yeah, that's a side effect of having a channel dedicated to being about you. It really does a lot to your ego. You gotta learn to keep it in check. But it's not so bad. Coffee, I did want to ask before I head out, would you be interested in the singing aspect of the Lucas Stone role you applied for? Yeah, I mean, I can sing. I'm not, like, a god at it or anything, but I can sing. It just really depends on what type of, like, song and music I'd be doing. Like I'm down to try. You know, it's like, worst comes to worst. I try to sing. I sound like shit. Replace me with someone else. That's just how it goes. So, yeah, I'm down to give it a try. On that topic, Coffee, do you listen to your own audio? Do you listen to others' audios? Yes to both. So obviously, like, I listen to them when I'm editing them, but I assume that's not what you mean. Yeah, so getting used to my own voice when editing, that took some time. I'm used to it now, but especially on Patreon, woof. But I'm used to it now. But, wait, I need to strike with Aaron's hot here. Are you drink? Me in a holiday punch trench coat? What are you talking about? Sweats nervously. Does watching Cyberpunk Edgerunners count as being productive? Hi, Mostly Ghosty. Hey, it can inspire you and give you plot ideas. Heck, it inspired me to do a Cyberpunk Red campaign, so it can be. But yes, so most of the time, especially, I used to listen to a lot more audios that were like confessions and romantic back when I was single. And then when I started doing these, kind of like I said, when the writing illusion broke a little bit, now that I understand how it works a bit better, and after I met my partner, I listen to a lot less confession ones, and on the rare occasions I do, I kind of don't see the listener as me. I just imagine two people. Works in that favor. But yeah, nowadays I find I like the really long ones that's just like raining ASMR, or some tapping, or cat purring ASMR is very rare. Or like it's common, but it's most of them are like they sound synthetic, which no. But and like tapping and scratching. And yeah, sometimes I just like listening to the dialogue, but part of it's for inspiration, and sometimes I just need that, like, someone to just be talking in the background very, like, quietly. I might not even be listening to what they're saying, but just hearing a soothing voice helps. And yeah, very, very rarely I will listen to my own stuff. It is a little strange listening to your own stuff, but what's interesting about listening to your own audios is that you kind of know what to expect, which might not sound that important, but it's a case of, like, you know, you're kind of safe in your own environment. Because every now and then, I'm sure all of you have had at least one experience where you listened to an audio and you were expecting one thing, but you got another. And at best, it's like, oh, wasn't expecting this. And at worst, it's like, ooh, that made me viscerally uncomfortable. I want to leave. So when you're listening to your own stuff, not only do you kind of know what to expect, but my own voice puts me to sleep sometimes. Not because I think I like have exceptional talent, it's because just listening to myself talk is kind of boring, and that works because it makes me nod off. But yeah, and of course there's very rarely the occasion where I might get a comment on one of my old audios and be like, oh my goodness, I genuinely forgot I did this one. What happened in this one? So, you know, those are always kind of fun to revisit. But yeah, I am a twisted T. I don't doubt it. I have so many ideas for ASMR, but I can't stand the sound of my own voice. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'd love to have your sing audition. Hope you have a good one. Stay writing. Thank you, Chooser of Ways. Yeah, I need a song to, like, actually... I guess I could just record myself singing any old song, but if there's a specific one that needs to be auditioned for... Yeah. Your poetry audios brought me back to high school. I used to recite for school activities, and social anxiety always left me a mess, but yearning for poems and how to recite them was fun. Oh, lovely. Glad I could give you that memory. Yeah, the poetry one was fun. Poetry's fun to do. I'm no, like, poet myself, but it's one of those, like, simple gestures that I do think is really romantic, especially when it puts some thought into it. There's a stigma against it, but there's already a stigma against ASMR, so, you know, we're hardly unfamiliar with that sort of thing. I like poetry. And I'm glad a lot of people liked that one. You know, there were a lot of comments like, yeah, I love poetry too, and it was cool seeing that the medium is still alive in 2026. Check the audition for the character. Should be suggestions for singing auditions. Yeah, I wanted to ask about that actually because when I checked out the singing auditions, I didn't see a link to any songs, and when I looked them up, I didn't find any songs with lyrics. They were all like instrumental without lyrics. So I was a little unclear as to what kind of song I should be doing. Also, if I can be so bold, I'd love to hear your take on the Alejandro character. I mean, I can take a look at that. I can see. If you think my voice would be a fit, I can throw my hat in the ring and see how it sounds. I enjoy writing poetry. I just cringe at anything I write after I reread it. That's fair. Oh, right, casting call as DMs. Sure, I'll do that. Because obviously a live stream isn't the best place to converse, but yeah, sure, I'll get back to you on that. It might be a little bit. My father's coming to visit tomorrow, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, so I'm going to be occupied for the next few days, but yeah, I'll get to you as soon as I can. Lasagna in the oven. Lovely. I don't like hearing my own voice in recordings mainly because I don't realize how much of an accent I have until listening to it. I have a really twangy country accent. Yeah, but, like, you know, everyone has their own unique voice. Everyone brings something unique to the table. And, like, your accent's just part of your identity. If that makes any sense. I don't... I understand the feeling of being, like, embarrassed by your own voice, but please never be ashamed of it. Embarrassment's fine, but no shame. I feel like nowadays people see poetry as either childish or pretentious. Yeah. Yeah. Pretentious is the one I definitely hear people using the most. You're a channel regular chooser of ways. I'll let you self-promote. Just this once. Yeah, you know what? If anyone wants to do some self-promotion right now, go ahead. I give you guys permission. Use my chat for a self-promotion. Am I able to use the member emotes through, stream elements? Oh no, I gotta do it like this. Does anyone have an idea? Man, I was so upset when I learned I could only add like 6 emotes to memberships. I wanted to add all like 30 of them. And instead... Yeah. Mellow Milo's got access to the emotes. Oh yeah, did you see the new badges, Mellow Milo? They're officially new badges. They are fabulous. If I do say so myself, this is my self-promotion. You want access to some coffee mug emotes? Memberships are super cheap. And eventually I'm going to add some membership-only stuff, just a few little things. I should promote myself to Goober. Yeah, I wanted to give members access to all of the emotes, but they wouldn't let me. Apparently it's restricted by how many members I have, which ticked me off. But that's fine. I'll add more member benefits soon. I just I have a lot of stuff to balance on my plate, but it's coming. Also, how come Bonnie appeared? Oh, wait, does Bonnie appear when we use the Bonguinius emote? Oh my goodness. Wait, I need to test that again. Hold on. Let's use the fabulous Bonguinius. Is it gonna... Oh my god, it makes Bonnie appear. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Wow. You never specify what kind of promotion. No, you know what? You got me there, Ghosty. You got me there. I think I need to reset the music. Yeah, I do. Forgot you streamed. I do, on occasion. Finally caught one. Welcome to the stream. Hello, currently dying from heat. Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that. I hope the heat doesn't get the better of you. Yeah, it's relatively hot where we are, but I'm down in the what's a good way of putting it? I'm not like close to the water. Like I'm not by the ocean, but Chat, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but one time on a stream, I got a little too careless with giving out certain information, and that was all it took for somebody to start stalking me. So, like, no jokes here, no mincing words. Had to deal with a stalker for a little while, and it was a harsh lesson that I need to be a lot more mindful about what information I share about myself. So I'll say geographically, I'm in a position that is being spared from heat. Kind of. But I am sorry to hear that you got to deal with that heat, because, yeah, with summer, I think we're in the summer by this point, and it's going to get hotter. And I've heard the dry season's coming up, if it isn't already upon us. So, a little worried about that. What happened to my message? Did you get caught in the mod? Huh. I don't see anything. I don't see anything saying, like, review this, it might have been offensive. Moderation activity, pop-out chat. Huh. I don't know, I didn't do anything. I'm in the North Pole. You got me. Finally moving on the Middle East and going to Canada, so I'm excited for the weather there. It's like 20 degrees cooler there. Oh, cool. Yeah, welcome to Canada. Ah, yes. If anyone wants to join the project, you can find it on Casting Call Club, dubbed Pokemon, a tabletop game parody. Love to have you guys. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, I bet the community filter was like, this is obviously spam. You don't want this coffee. I'll be the judge of that. It didn't make Claudia appear. The emote detector is racist against vampires. Thank you. Yeah, cancel the first one. Coffee. Hope you have a mug collection help. Oh, something smells good. I think one of my roommates is cooking something. Oops, I used the wrong your. Ugh, I'm a failure as a writer. You are date only just left. Bad coffee. Bonk. Ow. I'm a fool. Using the wrong your and using the wrong there. Ugh. There's no bigger disgrace. There are, but it is pretty embarrassing. Alright, I should probably go close up shop. I kind of closed 30 minutes ago. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks and coffee. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mug Fam. See you later, Chooser of Ways. Thank you for tuning in. My night shift will start soon. Oh! Out one worker, in comes another. My night shift will start soon, so I came by to complain. Sorry. Have a nice stream. It's cool. You can come by an event whenever you like. Bye-bye. Frenzini? Goodbye. Hello, first year I managed to catch. Hello, Morog. Morog procrastinates. Welcome to the stream. Careful of procrastination. This stream is here to eliminate it. At least that's the concept. We've been on and off when it comes to working. I'm only on page 3. Though technically I work in landscape column format now, so technically it's like page 5 or 6, but we aim for at least 10 pages. Traditionally. What do you think is the most pages you've written before? Oh, man. Depends. If you're asking about a warm coffee mug, it would easily be the, befriending the emo kid. Or befriending the emo boy. Because I remember the whole philosophy behind that one at the time was that, oh, wasn't long as I remember it being, huh. But at the time I was thinking, it's probably the only, like, trans-listener audio I'm ever gonna make, so I might as well give, you know, make it really long and meaningful, so it ended up being 25 pages. I remembered it being a lot longer. But, if we're just specifically talking about, audios... You know what? The long distance one. Actually, let's see. Because Emo Kid was 25. There's no way I deleted it. Where is it? Oh, because I called it Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. How long is this one? 27 pages. It's 2 pages longer. Yeah, right, because that one also has a few extensions. Okay. So yeah, the longest script I've written for a warm coffee mug was the long distance one at 27 pages. If we're accounting for an ongoing series, then it probably was Emo Kid. But, or Emo Boy. However, if we're going a little more lenient, Blackheart Academy, without a doubt. Because that was an actual visual novel, and that one had 92 pages, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, exactly 99. And that's not including the stuff I didn't release, such as the Cheryl's Route, which I finished writing, and Lucas's Route, which I almost finished writing. But now it's 110% Pocket Realms Anvil Academy. No competition. It's separated into a bunch of different sub-documents, so I don't know if I can get an accurate read. Let's see. Details. No. It's still not even halfway done. Page numbers? No. I don't know how many pages it is. I just know Scene 5 alone is 32 pages. And so far, there's 38 scenes. If I had to guess... You know what? I'm just going to do a word count. I don't know how many pages there are, so I'm going to count words instead. Wait, I was confused. It's only counting 2 pages. No, count the whole thing. This is gonna bother me if I can't figure this out. I thought there was like a document outline. I asked it to count the words, and it's only counting the words on one page. Okay, screw it. I'm gonna meet in the middle. I'm just gonna find whichever scene is the longest. Oh god, don't let it be that scene. Oh, because then I have to tell everyone. Oh, I think it is. Oh, does it have to be 45 page? Yes, it is. Okay, no, you know what? That scene's not done. I'm not counting it. I'm gonna count the second. Okay, the second longest scene has 33 pages and 94,000 words. Sorry, 16,000 words, 94,000 characters. I wish I could get the entire page count. Yeah, sorry. That was supposed to be a simple question. I took way too long on it. But anyway, finally finished the script for my kind of milestone video. It's kind of a setup for a series, and it's 2,300 words. Wow. Nice. A script with a minimum of 1K words. Yeah, I think that's good. That's a good, like, little, that's a good, like, the word's evading me. I'm gonna say aspiration, even though it's not quite the right word. Good goal? No. Good bear? No. Whatever. Also, let me know if I say too much about my channel in your chat. I don't mean to self-promo. Oh, it's okay. We're all working and writing here. It's fine. Like, yeah, if it gets too much, I will say something. But for the time being, like, it's okay. Trust me, I've had far worse. You're fine. Speaking of Blackheart Academy, what about Blackheart Academy? I forgot to say I love your work. Now I really have to go. Ah, shoot. Probably too late for that. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope I make more stuff you like. Biggest text I ever wrote was a draft in old fan fiction back when I was in high school. It was over 60 handwritten pages. Ooh, handwritten. That's cool, but you wrote yourself to a corner. Yikes. Any updates? Just curious. Oh, I've mentioned it before on a couple of streams, but I don't know if I've put it out in a concise enough format. We're not going to continue Blackheart Academy, for a multitude of reasons, but the biggest one was that there was internal drama, that I'm not going to talk about, but there were some actors that really went at each other's, throats, and, we had to let that go. And I've just been deciding what to do with the completed and half-completed script, because Cheryl's script, her route, is completely finished. We even got some of it voiced before it all washed up. And Lucas's route was fairly close to finishing. So part of me's been debating on just releasing the pages on Patreon. Part of me is like, I considered seeing if I could get some cast members back together for a little, like, read, but that actually ties back to what I said earlier in the stream about working with your friends. One of the other problems with Blackheart was just an issue of people saying they were willing to help out, and then when we actually had to do recording, they were like, I'm just not going to. And when I'm not going to name drop any names. Some people, no problems. Great to work with. I don't want everyone to think that I'm saying everyone on the cast was like that, because no. I'm not pointing any fingers. But I have to be honest that not everyone was a saint to work with. And then yes, there was some infighting. And the problem with infighting is that taking a stance is bad, because you don't want to, it's like you don't want to side with one actor over the other, but at the same time, not taking a stance is also a choice in of itself. And in a professional setting, no matter how much you hate somebody, you do your job because that's what you're being paid to do. But Blackheart Academy wasn't a paid project, so they didn't need to worry about staying professional. So, plus, we've moved on to working on Pocket Realms Anvil Academy, so that's the visual novel I'm currently writing now. And hey, it's still similar-ish to Blackheart Academy. I mean, they both take place in an academy. Pocket Realms is a lot more lighthearted. But still same concept. In the sense that you arrive in an academy, there's 6 romanceable characters, each one that's color-coded as well, with different personalities. Technically there's 8 because there's 2 hidden romance routes as well. We're debating on a 9th, but we'll see. Don't want to get over-ambitious. And unlike Blackheart Academy, you should be able to actually play it and pick dialogue options. So yeah. So I've just been weighing up for the past 3 years what to do with the finished portion of Blackheart Academy, the stuff that never made it to to the light. Yeah, I don't know. Stuck with your book? What are you stuck on? But yeah, I'm sorry. I know it was a hard call canceling Blackheart because it never feels good to cancel a project. Still, I learned a lot from doing it. It was my first time doing a visual novel, and I'm trying to apply what I learned there into Anvil. So hopefully Blackheart Academy crawled so Anvil could run. That's the hope anyway. think I broke through my own writer's block. That's good, that's good. What did I miss? Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It's okay. Like, I'm actually really flattered to see a Black Art Academy fan in 2026, but I'm just glad I got to, like, you know. Sorry, real quick, it probably looks really sus me constantly putting my hand down here, huh? It's just a fidget I have when I'm like thinking. I rest my hand on my leg, but it kind of looks like really suspicious from just like, yeah, guys, I mean, you know how it is. No, I promise, I'm just resting my hand like on my leg. Heck, you've probably even seen me like fiddling. I have a tag under my shirt. It's just an ADHD stem. I don't know if any of the rest of you do it, but when I was a kid, I used to like rub the texture of like tags and stuff because they felt nice, and I never outgrew that habit. Neurodivergence. But yeah, so I'm just doing that while I think, and like, I mean, you've probably noticed every time I talk, I lean my head against my hand. I don't even notice I'm doing it, but I promise I am not cranking it. I am just philosophizing. But yeah, bottom line, you know, like I learned stuff from Blackheart, and I'm really happy to be working on Anvil Academy now. I've really enjoyed it a lot. It's been a great experience, so I really hope I get to share that novel and that world with you guys, and hopefully after that, the tabletop. Cause, you know, it's been really cool to work on, and it's really been cool to see it brought to life. The only things I've ever written about before stuff involves history in any form, because I'm a huge history enthusiast, but I haven't done a bunch of it since out of school, excuse me. Yeah. Did I actually mention I'm a history nerd as well, but there was one time when I wrote a history joke in one of my audios. It was a joke about how all history nerds like to talk about is big important battles, and then a document gets signed, and then no more big important battles. It's always like, there were these big battles, then there was a treaty. Anyway, and then I guess the Industrial Revolution happened. Yeah, and then there was this other battle. And it's like, you know, that's how it always was, at least with my professors. And, oh god, people were so angry at that joke. I decided not to make any more history jokes. I was like, okay, no history jokes. Got it. There were so many, like, that was really insensitive of you, Coffee. You do realize how many people were suffering during that time. Yeah, I know. Just notice that it's all we really talk about. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to hear, I don't know, what clothing people were wearing during the Gothic Victorian era. I think that's pretty cool. No? Just Black Death? Alright then. Yeah. Bro assumes the position every time he reads chat. Oh my god, I just did it without even thinking. Jesus. Yeah. With this one line, I'm debating on just stopping for today. Okay. But you can always come back to it later. Basically, most of my history classes school systems are effed. Yeah. I mean, no comments. How do you break writer's block? You just headbutt the wall until it breaks. Yeah, what I've typically found is I just start writing. No, that seems like a generic answer, but hear me out. What I have found is, typically what happens is I just write a sentence. And if it works, you'll look at it and be like, oh, you know what, that works. And if it sucks, you'll look at it and be like, no, that sucks. Like, this sounds stupid. Maybe it would sound better like this. And it kind of forces your mind to be productive. But I get it. Sometimes you're in a position where you just can't write anything. You're sitting there like, I gotta break it. I sure gotta break it. I better type something. So I break it. I'm gonna go have a brownie. Like that sort of thing. My favorite history is always mythology. Yeah. Mythology's weird. So I liked learning about mythology. Like, Greek mythology was my jam. You know, I was a Percy Jackson fanboy back in the day. But the problem I found now is a lot of my friends are also mythology nerds, but any time, like I was streaming Hades 2 one time, and you can literally say something like, Zeus is the god of thunder, and everyone will go, actually, and then they all respond with like a different answer, and then they start arguing over it. I'm like, there's just no correct interpretation of the mythology. It's so annoying. Because, like, every mythology nerd thinks they know the mythology better than everyone else. And it's like, can we just have a casual conversation about, like, how cool, like, Hephaestus is? No? Okay. Thoughts on Epic the Musical. Haven't seen it, but a ton of my friends are a huge fan of it. I think my partner's seen it. They're a huge fan of it. What I like is they never kidded themselves with the gods for untouchable, infallible beings. They're just like, yeah, Zeus was a fuckboy. We're good. Yeah. I understand that I like all forms of history, but I'll admit I know the most when it comes to military, mainly because I come from a military family. I've done the most research in general. Yeah, military families are always very, what's the word, like proud? Yeah, pretty like, I don't know if patriotic's the right word, but you know, very proud, very traditional. So yeah, it makes sense for that to be like passed through. Sure. Dang, I'm late to the stream. How's the work on coffee? Hi, Apollo. We're working on the next audio. Thank you for submitting an audition, by the way. I'm not done going through them all, but I saw your name. There's so many versions and variations that exhausting to nervous tries to argue what's definitive. Exactly. Tries to argue what's definitive. That's a good way of putting it. Ow. I scratched an itch the wrong way. Now I got sensory issues in my fingers. Ow. Hello, it's my first stream. Hello, a bundle of chaos. Welcome. Have you involved? Can't wait to see who you pick. Yeah, that's been difficult. There's so many talented people in the auditions. It's going to be hard to pick who is who. Okay, I'm going to roll my shoulders again. You're going to hear some popping, everyone. My apologies. I need to get a massage. I don't even know if there's any massage parlors where I live. The closest one is like 7 hours away. That's not true. That's not true. The shoulder crunch sounded deep. How long have you been going for? Only an hour. But that shoulder crunch has been a problem since high school. You know how it goes. One injury and you feel it for the rest of your life. Like the Irish pagans couldn't write their stories down, so they were playing the longest game of Chinese whispers. And you get the, actually. I'm not familiar with the Irish pagans, but I'm willing to take you up on that. For Canada, that's believable, lol. I think the closest to me is like 30 to 45 minutes. Oh, you're lucky. What I wouldn't give for a massage right now. I could ask my roommates, but it always feels kind of weird. Yo, would one of you like I can't say that on stream. I was gonna jokingly say, could one of you like get on top of me while I dress down and then straddle me and rub my back? I'm like, oh yeah. There's no possible way that could be taken out of context. I'm also in Canada. Ooh, I'm jealous. You live in a Canada place where massages are closer. You wouldn't have happened to sustain an injury in drama lessons, would you? That's where long-term injuries come from. Oh, goodness. I mean, I had my fair share of injuries in acting school, but... no, this one... I think it was just a coincidence, but I did get a crazy concussion one time in high school, and I started getting neck and shoulder problems after that. But, I think it was just a coincidence. But, save that for the Patreon coffee. You got it. I can confirm. You know what? I'm getting too ahead of myself. Bad coffee. Bonk. Oh, you know what I should do? All of the emotes that like pop up when you say certain things, I should change them to the ones that I drew for the memberships. Because they're more colorful. Screwed up my ankles in arts lesson. Yikes. Bonk. Ow. I wonder. I bet I can design a thing where when you post that emote, that bonk, it plays the bonk sound. I should do that. Ah, you screwed up your ankle in dance. That'll do it. That'll do it. I have returned in time to bonk you. What do you mean? Ah! I might have to improvise the confession. I'm kind of writing this down, but it's more like a moment with a bunch of, like, blurry emotions here. I might just improvise it. I rushed it. I gotta dial it back a bit. Oh, lasagna's done. Nice. Enjoy that. Probably gonna make some food soon as well. Just don't know what to eat. Again, I'm debating getting takeout. I don't know. Cliche answer, but I kind of want pizza, but I also want those spaghetti and meatballs. I don't have any meatballs, though. I feel inspired to be productive and grab my laptop, stop writing. Good idea. Based productivity. Well, your body seems to stop working a third into your life. Yikes. Yeah. Any of you care to comment? Although it seems you already have. I've missed a pretty big conversation. I'm gonna change the color of my computer really quick. I had it as blue for a while and that helped me focus. Color theory's real. It's small, but if you're ever working and your computer has like a taskbar that can change colors, change it to a different color, see if that helps your ability to focus. I've found that works for me. I just turned 21, 21st of June, and it feels like I'm physically aged to 40. Yeah, happy birthday again. Happy 21st. The 20s are simultaneously the best and worst year of your life. Yeah. I'm almost halfway through mine, but I want to make the most of them. You know, life goes on. Pieces on a stick, am I the oldest one here? Maybe. And no work for the day. Prices checked and inventory updated. Gotta go home and game hard. I read game as get. Go game hard, Mila Milo. You've earned it. No, it's not funny. Okay, it's kind of funny. I'm actually entering my 20s this summer. Great to hear. Clink. Thanks, coffee. 32. Next year's Gomish. Oh, dang. Hey, hello username nullified. Welcome to the stream. You may have just joined after some chaos. Coffee's intrusive thoughts are winning today. I mean, I'm at work. What do you want from me? When you're at work, all you can think about is everything else besides work. President Momo, I'll stick around second, you dirty dog, you. No comment. Woof. That's what I should have said. Dang it. Oh my god. Okay, so people have also been asking for a reverse of the Puppy Boy audio. That's also on the list. I need to write that down. Expedition 33 reference. I haven't played that game. I really want to, but it's really expensive. And don't get me wrong, from what I've heard, I think it is absolutely worth full price. But I have a catalog I'm trying to clear out right now. Because I just finished Persona 3 Reload, and I'm currently playing The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, because my friend Bloodstriker is a huge fan, and he wants me to play it. And after that, I'm debating on... I was going to play Persona 4 Golden, but after the release date for Golden, for Revival dropped, I was like, ooh, I kind of want to wait till Revival. I don't know. But on my catalog, Nier Replicant was on it. I don't know, I tried Nier Replicant, I didn't really like it. I liked Automata, but not Replicant. I have Ni no Kuni Revenant Kingdom. Just debating whether or not I want to finish the first game, because I played it a long time ago, but I have such a bone to pick with Ni no Kuni 1. But 2, Revenant Kingdom. Yeah, I don't know. There was one more. What else? Oh, my Steam's open. Didn't even realize it was open. Replaying Darksiders. Also replaying Monster Hunter World. Oh, Hollow Knight, Silksong, and Lost Judgment. Right. Those are 2 games I gotta get through. And Dragon's Dogma. Hey, here, Coffee. What's the vibe outside? Given the World Cup is partially up in Canada and all that. Yeah, I can't go 5 seconds without hearing about the World Cup. It's cool. It's like, I'm not a soccer fan, but it's really cool seeing that happen. My father wants to watch me with it tomorrow. Or watch it with me tomorrow. So we're probably going to go to a bar or something. But yeah. The way I reversed Puppy Boy audio, can't believe I thought that would probably go with modern fans. We'd act up and get put in a fucking kennel. You'd like that, wouldn't you? We need some birthday cake up in here. We do. Expedition 33 is worth any penny, that's all I'll say. Yeah, I believe it. Like, I'm a huge fan of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and people have been telling me they're very similar. Yeah. Can't work if it's nighttime. Someone said we like you, Coffee. Thank you. Hope you're all having a great day. Monster Energy Fantasy Smut. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I need to do more written stuff. I've been writing a written version of Rivals to Something More. I didn't realize how unhinged the first audio was. It was my first attempt of really pushing some boundaries. That was interesting. Because the original Rivals of Something More audio on Patreon was meant to be, what if I just wrote an audio where the 2 characters were really unapologetically into each other, but were also enemies to lovers? And rereading it, I was like, whoa. Because I remember I wrote it. I didn't think anyone liked it because I thought I made some people uncomfortable with that audio, and I was like, okay, that's probably all I'm gonna write. But then I got so many comments like, where's the next one? Make more audios with Caden. And I was like, whoa, okay. I'll put one on YouTube then. Thank for the audios. You're welcome, Maltoaster. I'm glad you like them. Specifically as an artist, that gives one of the best experiences I've ever had from a game. Wow. That's a bold claim, but one I believe. You know what game I really want to play? Monster Hunter Wilds. I have it, but I have it on PC, and I tried playing it a while ago, and I got up to, like, the area with, like, the forge and all the fire and that, like, big snake creature, and it was really cool, but the game ran terribly. And it sucks because, I recently finished Dragon's Dogma, and I wanted to play Dragon's Dogma 2, but it apparently has the same problem, where it's just terribly optimized, and it sucks, because I'm a huge Monster Hunter fan. And Monster Hunter games are always a ton of fun in co-op, but I couldn't play it because it ran horribly. And this is small, but the game was also really easy. Like, I've been playing it since Monster Hunter 3, and the game was just way too easy. But you could kind of force the game to be harder by just using really bad equipment, so it was manageable. But the game was cool. It was a lot of fun, but I haven't been able to play it because, like, I have a gaming PC and it can't handle Wilds. It can handle Cyberpunk 2077 and Baldur's Gate 3, but Wilds? Nope. What do you think is the first video game you ever played? I don't know. I think it was Gran Turismo, because that's what my dad was playing. I probably asked him what it was. I don't remember. I know my first favorite video game of all time was Lego Indiana Jones on the PS2. Loved playing that game with Pillow, my sister. I think my favorite series you've written was What's Left of Me, but my favorite genre are the ones that theoretically could happen IRL, so not fantasy, but they're also enjoyable. Oh, What's Left of Me. Okay, chat, real talk. I've thought about remastering What's Left of Me. Like, that's an old series. I think it's the first series I ever did. And I've really wanted to do it over because I think my acting was cringe back then. I haven't deleted it because I know some people really like that one, but I love doing vampire audios. I really want to try doing that one again. We'll see. I think you have to manually delete cache and shaders and then download the new shaders because performance has been fixed. Oh. It would mean getting to play a new Monster Hunter. I'll have to take that one into account. Yeah, I remember when I did the Monster Hunter audio, and I was sad that there weren't any male handlers, and multiple people were like, "There's one in Wilds," and I was like, "There is? I didn't get to meet him." So I played a little bit more of Wilds, like kind of just forced it to work, and yeah, I met Eric, and I was like, "Oh wow, I was like a millisecond away from meeting the only male handler in existence." Vampire audios, you say? Yeah, what can I say? Oh yeah, me and Apollo did a vampire audio a long time ago. That's right. The Flirty Vampire Twins. Twin audios are always weird. I get exactly one and two reactions. People either love the twin audios or they despise them with every fiber of their being. Which, that's fine. Everyone's allowed to have boundaries. I think you can pull off a cutesy Malkavian. Oh my god, that's a Vampire the Masquerade reference, to those of you who don't get it. Yes, no, I'm gonna be so real. I'm a Toreador through and through. Like, I love the Toreador for very normal reasons. But, yeah, Malkavian and Toreador are my favorite. And I was like, I actually ran the idea by Oprimo back when we were doing the Twins audios with Ellie and Elliot. Oh my god, Ellie and Elias. And, yeah, she was saying, like, it'd be pretty interesting to hear, like, a Toreador audio where, like, the listeners, like, their obsession of beauty, like, yeah, that'd be really cool and refined. But on top of that, Malkavian could be very interesting as well. Oh, man. The only problem is if I wanted to do a World of Darkness audio, it to be lore accurate, it would have to be depressing as heck, so I wouldn't do that. Cutesy Malkavian with the attention span of a squirrel, that would be fun. You're done writing for today. Nice. Good work. It's been almost 2 hours. It's been almost 2 hours. Oh my goodness. Wow, time really flies. I'm still only 10 pages in, jeez. I have some hot chocolate upstairs. I want to make some. Well, I see Niles falling from the sky. Done running out of annoyance? Hey, no problem. Come back to it when you're not annoyed. You know, take some time. Me thinking you doing a demon would be cool. Now's in the background. Am I a joke to you? Then again, I know nothing. I haven't played any VTM related or adjacent things forever. Yeah, we had a... VTM doesn't have to be ultra depressing. It can be somber at the very least. Yeah, exactly. Game sets the pace, you set the tone. Exactly. We did play the actual tabletop. It's a real shame about that. Because we had a tabletop game going last summer, and it was one of the best tabletop experiences I've ever had, and it was going really well. And then two friends had a falling out, and it had to end. But there were some great, like, experiences. Like, Vampire the Masquerade's really cool if you have the right group that's willing to roleplay. I want to do it again. The fact you've written as much as you have while multitasking by talking to us is impressive. Thank you. Yeah, I was debating between either writing or drawing. I decided to write, but if I ever do this again, maybe I'll draw. I have tons of things I need to draw for Anvil Academy. Nah, I thought about showing some behind-the-scenes stuff, but I should do that on my other channel, Moffy Mug. I might also stop for the day. I'm kind of at a point... This kind of happens sometimes where I'll write a confession and then I just don't really know what to do after the confession. Because I really hate it when an audio has a confession and then just ends, and that's that. Because it's like... Well, I kind of wanted to experience, like... You know, it is kind of natural. You have the climax and the falling action, and adding more after the falling action feels weird, but it's like... I think a good portion of people listening to this aren't in a relationship and want to experience being in one, or experience a confession. And it kind of sucks hearing one just being like, yeah, I like you. Bye. Extending it does make every, like, writer instinct in my body, like, cringe, but I do it because it's like, I want you coffee mugs to be happy. You know, I want you to have somebody... speak some words of affection to you for a good portion of time, rather than just saying it and then leaving. But I need some time to think on it. Yeah, we might not be seeing an audio this week. But, I don't know, I'll try to get something out before Saturday, but I can't promise anything, because obviously I have family visiting. I'll hang around chat a little bit longer before... packing up for the day. Okay. Let's see. Oh, can I ask that you do another D&D with your characters? That was a good audio. Oh yeah, one of those D&D sessions. I should. I'd probably do it with different characters, but that was fun. The old "Do you like me back" and resolution always seems good way to round those out. Yeah, I could... That might be good to think about. The salted soup. You saw that. Yeah. That was a clip from our playtest of Pocket Realms. There's plenty more clips. I'm working on like a long play episode. The only thing stopping me from uploading more is that the person who made the theme song for Pocket Realms, they want to make a music video first, and they need me to finish art for Anvil Academy. So, but Bloodstricker's the one who's been handling it. I'm doing it again. Bloodstricker's the one who's been handling it, so it's more of a thing to ask him. But no, chat, it's okay. Like I don't need suggestions or solutions right now. Like I'll figure something out. I appreciate your willingness to like help, of course. But you know, typically when I have a problem, I just want to like just put the situation out there and then I'll figure it out. I appreciate you guys trying to help. But sometimes having more like solutions thrown at you just makes it more confusing. Don't worry. Like, I just need a minute. This is how all of the audios typically go. Like, I write the the confession, then I just need some time to think about what to do afterwards. Couldn't figure a line in the book I'm writing. For one, a better ending would have been to say, it tastes like blood and beef. I'm assuming you're talking about the salted soup. Yeah, obviously I wasn't a player in that situation. Do you have enough people to roleplay as the point where we could feasibly RP a VTM TTRPG session with them? Kind of. So the minimum amount of people I like to do TTRPGs with is 3 people. But the group that I used to play with, so after the falling out, there was 3 of them left, but one of them is taking another course in college. We graduated together. We were a graduating class, but one of them wanted to take another course, which is fine. I did the same thing. One of them is involved in a bunch of plays and working, and another one is working full-time while they're about to go to Toronto. So we can only play like 1 game a month. So I would say the short answer is technically no. I do have a group, but they're seldom available. So, yeah. I thought about trying to run VTM online, but then I was like, Vampire the Masquerade is one of those games that I would want to play with a group I trust. I don't think it's a TTRPG you play with strangers, because the World of Darkness covers some pretty heavy stuff. And sure, you don't have to include it, but I remember when I ran it, I kinda just dabbled into it from time to time because, you know, that's the subject matter, that's the picture it wants to paint. So, and it was alright. Like, we all explored it safely. We all knew each other's boundaries. The only time a boundary was crossed, it was weird. One player was really uncomfortable with the concept of drinking blood. And I don't like to shoot down people's boundaries because it's like, you know, we all have our boundaries. You don't want to tell someone their boundaries inconvenient. That's the only time in my DMing career, though, I have looked at someone and been like, why did you agree to play Vampire the Masquerade then? You know, it's like playing Dungeons and Dragons and saying you have a phobia of dragons, you don't want to encounter any dungeons or dragons. Or, you know, Vampire the Masquerade. I want to play Vampire the Masquerade, but I don't want to drink any blood. Then you're not going to live very long, I'm sorry. That's just part of the experience. Like, we know what vampires are. So we had a little talk about that, and basically we had to come to an agreement where whenever people drank blood, it was more insinuated. You know, it was like, okay, you drink some blood, and that was it. Which, yeah, that's reasonable. But other than that, any other time a boundary came up, it was like, yeah, completely fair. And Vampire really pushes. But yeah, I have a group, but they're seldom available. Me too, buddy. Yeah, and I have a few friends that have been like, I've even met on a warm coffee mug who have been like, you know, I'd be super down to play D&D, but we're like time zones. Like one of the players in Pocket Realms, actually, we were doing a Pocket Realms playtest and we had to stop. Part of it because I had to quit DMing to start working full time. But part of it was also because one of our players moved to the other side of the world and he is exactly 12 hours apart from us. And that complicates things. Just want to say it's really nice to hang out and chat with you and everyone, and thank you all for the work you do. Of course, horror movie fan. It's good to have you. Good to have all of you. I know a guy with crippling stage fright who took drama. Yep, there were plenty of people in class who hated seeing themselves on screen, or had stage fright, or hated singing. Heck, personally, when I started acting school, I wasn't a fan of musicals, and when I told that to the class, I thought they were going to castrate me. And yeah, in that case, exposure therapy, you know, was a lot of their explanations, or they were just like, I think in this particular thing I'll do bad, but I hate doing things on stage, but I love doing things on camera. You know, that's how it goes. It might be the culture of my country, but legends and urban stories tend to be explicit, so it's really weird for people to be queasy around those topics. That makes sense. Yeah, no. For me, Vampire the Masquerade, people get, it's like cosplaying as a vampire, not drinking blood. I did actually cosplay while I ran it. I got my, oh, I don't know if any of you follow me on Twitter, but last Halloween I cosplayed as Cedric. I couldn't do the long hair, but other than that, I was like in my Cedric outfit. I wore that outfit while I ran Vampire. That was a lot of fun. Too bad it was in the summer. That thing was hot. I sacrifice heat for drip. Hello, Midai. Welcome to the stream. We'll be wrapping up soon, so sorry for cutting and running right as you got here, but we'll be wrapping up soon. But yeah, sometimes playing Vampire the Masquerade with me specifically makes people kind of uncomfortable, which is reasonable. Because I remember when I was a player, the one time I got to be a player, I'm sure I've made this clear by this point, but I really like vampires. Like, I'm really into them. So I remember we did a little unique thing where we started the Chronicle off as humans, but got to experience being turned, and everyone else was like, yeah, can we just cut to black for, like, you know, this part? And I remember, like, the storyteller was like, you know, he, like, bites into your neck and starts drinking your blood, and without even, like, without even skipping a beat, I looked at him and I was like, can we roleplay that? And everyone was like, what? And he was like, no, we're not roleplaying that coffee. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind. Like, you don't have to get on top of me, but, like... like, I'd be down. I'd like to. What can I say? I like playing Toreador. Yeah. How's it going? What have I missed? And eaten? I'm hoping some baked chicken. Ooh. No one ever said fashion was easy coffee. No, they did not. Gonna have to dip and fun talking. Good luck with the move and everything. The move? Is someone else moving? I'm not moving. Gasp, he's into vamps. We can tell, gang. I plead the fifth. How do I want coffee? Insert vampire. How lame of them. Fair enough, though. Yeah, I was like, all I'm saying is you all agreed to play a Vampire the Masquerade game. Honestly, as a med student, I really get put off in most things, so I'm going to detail about RP, so get slightly taken back. Yes, I am very squeamish. Med students are just something else. Because y'all are so used, like, you have to be desensitized to gore and stuff. Because, like, it's just part of the job. It's just a human body, I imagine, is, like, how it is for you guys. Yeah, for me, I'm very squeamish. But, I don't know. In a weird way, that's probably one of the things that low-key endears me to vampires. Within reason, obviously. But, like... hearing descriptions of, like, how people are injured or how certain, like, parts of the body are damaged definitely really messed me up. But, having my blood sucked, I mean, in a roleplay context, I think in real life I wouldn't be into that sort of thing, but in roleplay context, I can imagine. But yeah, if they said no vamp RP, they better have been killing in the Masquerade front. Honestly, when I was a player, the players were, but the storyteller... he's even admitted not his finest work. He railroaded it a bit too much. But when I got to be a storyteller, this had nothing to do with me being a storyteller. My players were really good. They were super into it, and they did a great job. I really enjoyed that one. Ah, close to the Appalachia Mountains. We have a lot of legends around here. That makes sense. If I'm not mistaken, like, that's where stuff like Mothman comes from. Or Bigfoot. I'm more of a werewolf guy myself. Yeah, so was one of my players. I had to view 3 autopsies this week and I'm being moved by a fictional vampire. Yeah, fair enough. You're the first guy to be a player. Oh my gosh, in a TTRPG. Don't label me like that, chooser of ways. Yeah, no. I'd like to be desensitized, that sort of thing, but I'm far from it right now. It's really embarrassing whenever I get, like, lightheaded whenever people describe stuff like that, and I want to get desensitized to it, but unfortunately right now I'm nowhere close to it. We have legends living under the cathedral. Oh, I just realized Never Gun is playing by Sarah Kang. I use the song a lot. I really like her song. Sarah Kang, and you'll never hear this, but you did good with the song. I really like it. At first it's icky, but it desensitized to it after a while. That makes sense. So it's a bit of a desensitization process. Yeah. Like, I'm apprehensive to be exposed to horrible stuff, but it's like, it's hard to look at, but, you know, it's also good for getting used to it, but still, Work in pathology, and people ask me what I do, I play with your blood. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, wait. Did YouTube censor that? I just saw it appeared in Stream Elements, but not on YouTube. Huh, weird. I don't know why YouTube didn't show it. Also, hello, streams me so for sitting down to write stuff. Of course, we'll be wrapping up soon, but I'm glad it helped out. It helped me out too. Oh, yes, stream. You're running out of banner. Oh, well, that's a good time to quit, I guess. Reset the stream. No banner. I think we'll be heading out. Okay, last little thing, then we'll be wrapping it up. I feel like being sensitized or sort of thing would scare me, right? That's what they say. It's like, it's a cross between, sometimes you gotta be desensitized to that sort of thing if you work in that field, but you also kind of lose a part of yourself when you do, so it's kind of a 50-50. Some people say, like, I mean, this is more about taking lives. I'm more so reciting a line from Baldur's Gate, but it's like, if you lose that, if you get used to it, you lose a part of yourself, but sometimes you have to hold on to that pain. I don't know. I'm just being dramatic. I think when you're in a medical field, it's fine. You're not going clinically insane by just being desensitized to hazards of the job. I think that's just a humane thing to do, in a way. I mean, if medical people were squeamish about that sort of thing, they wouldn't be able to do their job, and then we'd all die. They become desensitized, so we don't have to. Anyway. Oh yeah, it brings flashbacks to the emo kid audio. That's right. I think I used it during that. My current D&D campaign started as them doing a meat blind in the mountains due to poor planning, is now the Empire's new crew on the island. Yeah, live action blood always freaks me out, but anime blood, it depends. I can play a game like Doom and it's no problem, but seeing a live action of someone getting stabbed is like, too real. Anyway. Well, with that, everyone, although we've lapsed into some kind of horrifying stuff at the very end, I hope everyone got some work done. I certainly did. This went for 2.5 hours. It really flew by. I feel like I've only been here for like half an hour. But thank you all for helping me get some work done. Thank you all for being here. And I will see you all at a time that is not right now. Tapping the keyboard a little bit more. But yeah, thank you all very much. It's been very productive, been very nice. And I don't know if I'll get an audio out this week. We'll see. But if not, that's what this was for. Haha. Alright. Bye-bye.